Hey everybody, Brian Boyle here, and welcome to episode 136 of the Mesh Tongue. It is a Tuesday, and it's been a busy one. Hopefully you were having a great Tuesday, and you're getting out after it. What's going on today? Anybody got any big plans for mileage this week? I know we've got the Ogden Marathon coming up in Utah here this weekend, so I know a lot of folks are tapering down in this area. But maybe you're just ramping up. Maybe you got something going on crazy middle of the summer. Maybe you're just getting some high mileage weeks in here, prepping for a fall marathon. Who knows what it is, but if you've got questions, comments, let me know. Brian at company5k.com. I'll be happy to get back to you. Today I want to talk to you about kids and running. So lots of people ask, is it okay for my kids to start running? They see the parents out running. The parents are maybe wanting to encourage their kids to run. At my child's school, they did a 5K last year. A lot of walking, jogging, running, crying, pissing and moaning, you name it. But there were some kids that actually ran the whole thing. I've got some good friends that their children, in the 4th and 5th grade are really kind of coming into their own, that are really getting out there and running a lot of 5Ks and such. And so obviously these questions come up. Is it healthy for your child to be running? We're starting to see more and more adolescents looking to run marathons. And that's maybe cause for concern. Is it healthy? Is it not? Well, so far to date, the research, if you put your mind to rest, shows that the increase in pain probably comes with an increase in higher mileage per week, also in higher mileage per day, but not necessarily in the number of days run. So if we think about that, what does that mean? So if somebody's running 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week, but they're keeping it to 1 to 2 miles, maybe 3 miles, the less likely they are as a child to get pain. It's usually when you start pushing those miles up. We see this quite often during the summer. This is one of those things that during the summer, kids will go away for running camps. During that 1 week, they're gonna maybe run 40, 60 miles a week. Maybe the weeks before that, they had taken off, or they were only running 20 to 30 miles a week because they were on their own. Now they're at camp, they're running 2 days or 2 times a day, so 2 a days. We see that quite often around here. Lots of folks go up to altitude train. They'll head up into the mountains and spend a week at camp, and basically spend 2 a days running, and they're running 60 to 80 miles a week. Now, some of those kids are apt to do fine, some of them not so much. So it just depends on their training level, their base, and how they're continuing on. So if you're a parent, what you would do is you would encourage them to keep their mileage at a steady, not to have some horrific increase, and then usually it's within the next 2 to 3 weeks after that you're going to see an injury. So watch after they come back from camp. If they have some signs, maybe you start backing them down a little bit, shutting things down, taking the intensity down, not necessarily stopping how many days per week per se, but lowering the mileage gradually until those symptoms go away. So that's it. It's as simple as that. Your child's anatomy is not the same as yours. There are some things that the growth spurts, the bone mineral density follows, it lags about 6 months after a growth spurt. So we think about, the bones are extending, but the density of the bone isn't exactly in there yet. So there is an increased risk for stress fractures and such. So again, just watching the symptoms when your child's telling you, if they're having some pain, some growing pains, that's obviously very common. What you want to do is then make sure that that as you're looking for signs and symptoms of maybe some stress incident, especially within the 6 months after a significant growth spurt, especially a child that's maybe grown 3 or 4 inches, kind of watch that and don't let those things of the child's just complaining. Don't go on the opposite end of hypochondria, but just watch, see how things go. So hopefully you find some value in this. If you've got questions specifically about any of your children or children that you may be coaching, please send those to me, Brian at company5k.com. Be happy to try and answer those for you. And as always, don't go hurting yourself to come back, but I'll see you again tomorrow. And that's it, episode 135. Check out runpainless.com. And until then, we'll see you again. All right, bye.